Okay, hello, good morning. I'm Robinson Sang Robert, s56468. Today I will present about seaweed farming, and the species I choose is Euchuma spinosum. Okay, for the farm location, our site, I choose at Tanzania Beach. I choose this because this place is very strategic, and it also government prioritized for aquaculture activity. It's also pollution free. Then lastly, it's near to beach. Then it also can reduce our fuel for transportation. This is our farm organization, and the founder is me. It is Robinson Sang Robert. Then next is secretary. We have farm operation manager, marketing manager, and staff aquaculture manager. For Echuma spinosum taxonomy, the empire is eukaryote, kingdom Plantae, phylum Rhydophyta, class Floridophancia, order Gigatinalis, family Soleraceae, genus Euchuma, and the species is Euchuma spinosum. And for the morphology, the thallus of Epinosum consists of many branches tapering to acute tip. The branch usually 1 to 8 mm long, arranged in whorls. This is life cycle of Euchuma spinosum. The reproductive system is this seaweed has two reproductive systems, which is asexual and sexual. For the asexual, it uses sporogenesis and sexual gametogenesis. The figure 1 explains how the life cycle of Euchuma. For the habitat for Euchuma spinosum, it can be found in habitat low tide mark to the upper subdatal zone of the reef, commonly grow on sandy coral to rocky substrate with slow to moderate water movement. Seaweed cultivation process. For our seaweed cultivation method, we use off-bottom culture. This structure was prepared in the water at the low tide site. Seaweed seed will be placed on the rope for germinate. Seaweed will be left for growth. For our farm design, this is the off-bottom culture design. Off-bottom design method we place near to shore to reduce the usage of the rope and maximum seaweed sunlight exposure. It takes 10 to 12 weeks of cultivation. It will be harvested when the weight of the seaweed is 750 to 850 grams. For farm design explanation, technique applied to culture is spinosum is bottom line technique, as it's suitable for lagoon area where shallow water are at low tide. The line can be checked regularly, and seaweed can harvest during spring tide period where the farmer can work on foot or without vessel. In this technique, wooden stake is driven into substratum. Stake was arranged in row at 1 meter interval, with the distance between row being 10 meter. Monofilament line was tied at both end of the stake, parallel to each other. The distance of line from the ground was adjusted to the depth of water during low tide, so the Euchuma spinosum is not exposed to air and sun during low tide. The position of the line is parallel to the direction of the current wave. Okay, this is for the seaweed farming financial. So first component, staff. The quantity is 5% plus 2 manager. The price is RM 1,500 to 2,000 per month. It is depend on monthly performances. So next is component rope 8 millimeter. So the quantity is 15 meter per seaweed, total 20 times 15 set. So the total is 300 meter. So the price is RM 8 cent per meter times 300 meter. So the price is 210. ringgit. For the potential risk of the cultivation of the bottom culture, so the potential is bees can be served as a direct food for the customer. Next is provide nutrient content that our body need, and lastly is the source of raw material in seaweed industry to produce new products such as food, cosmetic and fertilizer. So for the risk, the probability of seaweed get disease is high. The disease is ice disease. Next is it's easy destroyed by typhoon, and lastly it can attack by grazing organism like herbivore, fish, sea urchin and turtle. For the potential risk of the cultivation of the bottom culture, so the potential is bees can be served as a direct food for the customer. Next is provide nutrient content that our body need, and lastly is the source of raw material in seaweed industry to produce new products such as food, cosmetic and fertilizer. So for the risk, the probability of seaweed get disease is high. The disease is ice disease. Next is it's easy destroyed by typhoon, and lastly it can attack by grazing organism like herbivore, fish, sea urchin and turtle. This is my references. That's all from me. Thank you.